Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, yes. If the talks between Azimio and Kenya Kwanza alliance succeeds, then it's very clear Rigathi Gachagua, Kimani Ichung'wah, Ndindi Nyoro, among a host of other leaders in government, are going to find themselves in very big problems. And more so over the attacks on Uhuru Kenyatta's Northlands farm and Raila Odinga's Spectre International. I want us to listen very keenly to William Ruto's opening remarks yesterday as he was appealing for dialogue with Raila Amolo Odinga. For the opening remarks reveals a lot. Listen to this before we continue. Yes, Ruto is making it very clear that some people took advantage of the protests that were called by the opposition to loot, to cause chaos, and to destroy properties. He's not talking of the opposition destroying properties or sponsoring goons, but some people who took advantage of the protests. And that's very deliberate of William Ruto, in that he is exonerating the opposition from sponsoring goons. So the goons might have been sponsored with some other, or rather from some other external quarters. Yes, some other people might have sponsored the goons. And those remarks by William Ruto can be interpreted as a target, or rather to be targeting government-sponsored goons, people who are most definitely sponsored by a section of rogue elements in the government. And for those who can remember, very many fingers are being pointed towards Rigathi Gachagua, Ndindi Nyoro, Kimani Ichung'wah, Moses Kuria, Dennis Itumbi, among a host of other leaders in the government. Very many fingers are pointing towards those individuals, because before the Northlands farms attack, these leaders were sending very clear signals as to what was to happen at Northlands. And it never took more than 2 days. We saw what happened at Northlands farm. I'm seeing a very high possibility where William Ruto was targeting those rogue elements in the government. And it might be possible that that was done with the blessings of William Ruto. It might be possible. But I'm seeing a very high possibility where William Ruto might be leaving these people to hang. They were used, or rather they wanted to please William Ruto, but now William Ruto is not interested in them. He wants each and every person to carry his or her own cross. And that should be a lesson to these bloodthirsty leaders who go to extreme lengths in trying to please those in power or in authority. This should be a warning and a lesson to them. And I'm very sure that if the talks proceeds very well, then those leaders most definitely calls for their arrest actually will be very loud. And I've always maintained here that each and every elected leader should concentrate on his or her league. Kimani Ichung'wah, Ndindi Nyoro, these are just members of parliament. When you want to start playing national politics, then that becomes very unfortunate. Where now you put it your business to be attacking national leaders. Politics should not all be that personal, especially if you are dealing with these top leaders. And if it has to be very personal, then you must be very careful not to involve yourself in some nasty deals or some evil schemes and deals. Because these top leaders can just cross hands and you will remain hanging dry. That's what I'm seeing going to happen here. Those remarks by William Ruto just means Rigathi is now hanging very precariously. Yes, between a rock and a very hard place. He's not very safe. And listening to Rigathi Gachagua, rather, from the kind of tweets he has been posting and sharing today, you are seeing a troubled man, a disturbed man, a man not at peace, a man who is very desperate to impress the mountain, to be seen to be strong. And just as I did explain in our earlier analysis, Rigathi is trying to prove to the mountain that, our son Uhuru was weak, but I'm not weak. So Rigathi is even being forced to go to some extreme lengths that are just going to help in breaking him. In fact, he is killing and destroying his political career by being seen to be a hardliner and to be strong. That's all nonsense. He is digging his own political grave. William Ruto set a trap for him, and he's actually entering that trap without even knowing. Rigathi should actually mature up, and he should wake up to the reality of Kenya's hard politics. If you make it personal to an extent, you are even involving in some nasty deals. Your days are numbered, and it's just a matter of time. As I conclude, William Ruto today, actually we saw him meeting Kenya Kwanza top leadership in parliament and in the Senate. A confirmation that, just as Raila Odinga did request yesterday, that the process should actually start very fast as early as today. It appears William Ruto has rolled the processes in motion. And I'm seeing a very high possibility where on the issue of IEBC reconstitution, these two warring camps have no option but to reach a deal, to find a way of having, rather, a way in which they can come up with a uniting IEBC commission. That's important, and that's something that they should and must all come to an agreement. But as they do that, Raila and his team should not even dare entering or rather joining this government, because this is a government that has clearly failed. And in the coming days, more and more Kenyans will get dissatisfied with this government. Raila Odinga and his team should keep away from that government. But very important things like IEBC, that one they can engage with the government. These other ones, I honestly believe, Raila and his team should be fighting the government from outside. Because by also fighting the government from outside, Raila and his team, they are clearly winning the war on the ground against the government. Let's meet in our next analysis. But before I go, if you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, give this video a like. To our fans here, I'm very much humbled, very grateful for the kind of support you are giving me here. Any other person who wants to support us, I've pinned my number on the comment section. Contact me through the number. Let's meet in our next analysis. Thank you.